Good day, students. Welcome back to Digital Teacher YouTube channel. I remain your digital teacher, Mr. Kehinde Adeshina. I've been bringing you science teaching in a very simplified way. Thank you to all those that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. And if you have not done that, the only way you can support me is to subscribe to this channel and to click the bell button to get notification of my new video. Now, in our last video, we did discuss about thermal energy and heat flow. We looked at the relationship between temperature, kinetic energy, and thermal energy. We did explain that thermal energy is the energy generated as a result of internal random movement of the particles that make up an object. So here is the explanation we gave. When you put a pan on fire, the bottom of the pan gradually become heated up as the molecules vibrate and move internally. This vibration causes thermal energy that is being transferred from the bottom of the pan to the whole body and gradually to the handle of the pan, so that when you put your hand on the handle of the pan, it becomes hot and it may even burn your hand. That is what we call thermal energy. We did explain that when temperature increases, the speed at which molecules in an object move increases. And as this speed increases, they move more randomly and generate more thermal energy. Now, this thermal energy can be transferred from one body or from one place to the another, and it is always being transferred from a hot object to a warmer or a cold object, or from a hot region to a cold or warmer region. That was what we discussed in our last video. Now, in this video, we are going to be looking at various means by which heat can transfer from one place to another. We are going to be unraveling the various methods that heat can be transferred from one place to another, or from one body to another. Come along with me as we learn the various methods of heat transfer. So let's look at how energy moves, that is, heat energy. Whether on the surface of the earth, or right there in the atmosphere, or even in the space. Heat transfer occurs in three ways, and these include conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction. Conduction is how heat is being transferred by molecular contact, that is, by actual contact of two objects. Here's how we explain it. Imagine holding a metal spoon and lighting a match on the metal spoon. The edge of the metal spoon begins to heat up, and this heat is being transferred to the other part of the spoon. This type of heat transfer is called conduction because it has to do with actual contact between the metal spoon and the fire. Now, conduction happens in most likely solid materials that are called conductors. Now, let's not forget about convection and radiation. Now, let's take a look at convection. So, convection is how heat is being transferred through density differences. Now, let's go back to the use of our match. Now, I hope you know it's not a good idea to put your hand above a flame, because the energy from the flame will rise and it will burn your hand. Now, what happens is that the energy from the flame makes the air around to expand and become less dense than the surrounding air. So this air flow upward and begin to rise, and as they rise, they transfer the heat from the flame to the surrounding air. This method is called convection. Convection occurs most effectively in liquid and gases. Now let's look at radiation. Radiation is heat transfer by wave motion. Let's put up the flame one more time. I know you know because of radiation the flame is going to rise, but also it will travel sideways in form of wave motion. I mean electromagnetic wave. Radiation is really interesting in that it doesn't need a material before it travels, so it can occur in open empty space. In fact, this is how energy travels from the sun to the surface of the earth. It is important to know the key word that goes with each. For convection is going to be density, for conduction is going to be contact, and for radiation it will be waves. We can sum up all three types of heat transfer in one diagram by looking at something as simple as a campfire. Imagine that you are camping and you hold a pot of water or stew above that flame. Right now in this picture, we are seeing all three types of heat transfer taking place. There is conduction happening as the flame is transferring heat to and throughout the pot as a result of molecular contact. Additionally, there is convection as heat from the boiling water and the flame itself is rising up as a result of density differences. And finally, there is radiation occurring all around the campfire as energy travels away from the flame in form of electromagnetic waves. And that is all three types of heat transfer taking place at once. Remember to subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for our next video.